Hello everyone, my name is Kitetsu and welcome back to my channel. So the first thing I need to say is just sorry, I know that it has been way too long since I've put a video up on my channel. I believe that when I checked my channel page it said the last video was about 3 months ago, and yeah, that's pretty painful. And basically most of you who know me well enough know that that's because I've started a new job. It's pretty painful and I've been working till about 10 o'clock every single evening. Basically the moral of this story is if you want a good work-life balance, never become a teacher, especially not in the UK. But I hope you all had an amazing Christmas. I know it's obviously Boxing Day as I'm recording this, and yeah, it says something that the only day that I've been free in months is Boxing Day, but my fiance is next door, she's watching Love Actually, so I thought, hey, we've just had this amazing bit of news and I can't sit on it, I need to do some sort of talking about it. And yeah, it's one of those rare opportunities at the moment where, because I'm on holiday, I'm actually a little bit more free. And without much further ado, let's get into the article that's just posted on Warhammer community. The Gloomspite Gitz have been revealed. Now, I predicted ages ago that we were going to get Grots, and here they finally are, and I'm so glad. We had that little teaser yesterday and I thought, okay, you know, what are we going to get? Are we actually going to have some really exciting new models? Are we going to have a battle tome? And it looks like we're getting the royal treatment. Really, I just want to say that I'm so excited about these models, and this is a thing I guess that I've been thinking a while with Age of Sigmar, is that the battle tomes seem to be getting more and more exciting, and they seem to be adding a lot of depth to this world. And I know that we all have our own reasons for getting into Age of Sigmar, but for me it's having that backstory that feels convincing and realistic, I guess. Obviously that's not realistic in, like, say, following the laws of physics. It's more realistic in the fact the world feels populated and interesting, and it's factions like this, the kind of smaller factions that I think have definitely been missing from Age of Sigmar. So let's have a little look. The article starts off with who are the Gloomspite Gitz, and basically if you know anything about Age of Sigmar you'll know that there are 3 different factions of Grots. There's the Spider Fang, which ride spiders, obviously. There's the Moon Clan, which is what this faction seems to be based off of. And then there are one more faction, I can't even remember what they're called off the top of my head, but there's not much being said about them apart from the fact that they're more of a kind of militaristic, battle-hardened, kind of slightly larger type of Grots that live above ground. But these guys, the Moon Clan Grots, they live below ground. They can't stand light of any kind, you know, they thrive in the darkness and they live off of these mushrooms that they consume. Something that I'm super excited about that they've confirmed here is that they're going to basically combine the Moon Clan Grots, the Spider Fang and the Trogoths together. And I've been wondering for a while what they were going to do with the Trogoths, or Trogoths, who knows. But I've been wondering what they've been doing about them, because again, it's been another issue with Age of Sigmar that they've been splitting all these factions up, and they've been too small and no one's known what they were going to do with them. So having them all actually united as a faction is pretty cool. It doesn't actually mention the third group of Grots, so whether they're going to be in this battle tome or not, I'm not sure, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, we had this little video here. Let me just mute it and run through it just to double check there was nothing in there that I wanted to talk about. But here we go, they showed these amazing new squigs. I can remember looking at squig models when I was about 9, maybe 8 years old, and absolutely loving them. So it's great to see a whole host of new models. And we've also got these squig riders which look absolutely awesome, so that's pretty exciting. Then we get our first look at the battle tome, and I've noticed all of the pages are blurred out, so we can't really gain much information there. But it looks like it's going to be the standard affair of painting tutorials and backstory. You know what to expect. Hopefully I'll be able to get a review up of the battle tome when I have a copy. Now I've paused it here because it's telling us the rules for 2 different units. Let me see if I can get the best view that I can. Here we go, we've got the Loon Smasher Fanatics and the Spore Splatter Fanatics. And for those of you who know anything about Grots, the Fanatics are these amazing kind of ball and chain wielding lunatics that hide within units and burst out. So the thing about Grots is generally they're quite weak, but you can hide Fanatics within a weak unit and they can burst out, which really discourages the enemy from attacking any of your units. So very cool, and from their abilities it looks like they're going to have that exact same rule in the new battletome. And with D6 attacks that hit on a 4 and wound on a 3, it looks like they're going to be fairly dangerous, especially with that high movement. So here are the Fanatics, and obviously there's going to be a second type of Fanatic as well, which have these spores. Next we get a look at this, which I'm guessing is going to be a piece of scenery with its own rules. In fact, I think they might mention this down here somewhere. Yes, there we go. That is the Bad Moon Loon Shrine. We'll look at that a bit more in a minute. We get to see this guy, who is Skragrott, the Loon King. So very nice to see some artwork of him. Obviously he is going to be a wizard, and there's his model looking pretty decent. Let's just hope they give him a nice and decent backstory. In fact, even more artwork of him, that's pretty cool. Next we get to see the Grots we've seen before. 3 endless spells in the background there, which we don't know much about them yet, but exciting all the same. A Squig herder, some new dice, which they certainly look the part. They're like kind of little squigs, I guess, and they remind me slightly of the Nurgle dice that they bought out for 40k, but those are there if they're your kind of thing. Got that armoured squig boss there that looks quite cool, and a look at the front cover of the battletome, and then just telling us, I assume, that they're coming soon. Yes, of course, coming soon. So yeah, there we go. 3 decades of Grots. These things have been around for a very long time. They're absolute classics to Warhammer, and I love the fact that they're updating them and giving them the treatment that they deserve. So here we go. Here are some of the Fanatics, which look pretty damn cool. It does always give me a slight bout of anxiety when you see long bits of thin plastic on models, and you know what I'm going to say because I say it every time, but I'm really going to have to be very careful that these don't break. They certainly look like they could be fragile, but I guess it's plastic, you know, easy to repair. So this is the other type of Fanatic, the Spore Splatter Fanatic. It looks like they contain a giant fungus of some kind that they basically whack into you and release all these poisonous spores. So very cool, very in keeping with their theme. We've got these 4. Okay, there's a new endless spell down the bottom there that I didn't notice. I was too busy looking at the 3 in the background, but we've got 4 new endless spells. Interesting that it keeps mentioning that they're going to encompass the Spiderfang Grots there as well. But I'm definitely not going to complain with that, because they're another faction that didn't need to be split apart from the Grots, and they just deserve to be unified. Here's our look at Skragrott. Let's take a closer look at the miniature, and I really like him. I like the fact he's on a bigger base and he's got these funny little squig baby things holding up his cloak. The crown looks pretty amazing. And it looks like his little moon icon is actually some kind of fungus growing off the top of his staff, which is a nice little touch. And he's obviously got his wand there as well. Very cool model, absolutely love it, can't wait to buy one. Does it tell you anything about his actual personality? It says he wants to conquer everything he can see because the moon told him to. So again, it's very much in keeping with this idea that the Moon Clan Grots are completely bonkers, basically. There's a closer look at the little squig-like things and his wand, the bad moon on his back and his crown. I think this is already shaping up to be an exceedingly exciting release. I'm very excited. I love the look of the models so far. And I love characters, you know that about me, I love the characters. I just really hope they give him a decent backstory, because I mean, is he going to be like the overall king or leader of this faction, or is he just going to be one of many? From the way they're talking about Archaon and Morathi, it sounds like he's going to be very, very important to the faction, but they just need to give him that justice in his storyline. Next we've got the Loon Shrine, and it says that it's a massive shrine dedicated to the Bad Moon itself. I think my favourite thing about this model, if not the cages hanging from it, is actually this hole here. It's almost like it's a passageway down into the subterranean caverns that these Moon Clan Grots live in, so that's really cool. I guess as of right now we don't know what the faction specific rules are going to be. Perhaps it will buff the bravery of the clan. I'm not really sure, but it's very cool. Next, we get to look at the new Squig models, and it says they're going to be a brand new plastic kit offering a huge range of options when customizing your Squigs. So what does that mean as well, customizing the Squigs? Does that mean aesthetically, or does it mean that it's going to be a multi-build kit and we can do something else with them? I'm not really sure. Okay, I tried to zoom in on that picture and it made it even smaller, but they look pretty awesome. I absolutely love the detail. And to be honest, I think they're more like exactly what the original models were supposed to look like. They're not a radical redesign, they're just a slight refinement, but far more detailed, and they just seem to have more character in my opinion, so really happy with that. And the Grots actually riding them look great, so very, very cool. And in their own way, the Grots that aren't being ridden here, I think I like even more. I'm probably going to buy this set before I buy this one. But to be honest, they both look awesome and I can't wait to get them. I also love the little herder guy with his helmet there. It's definitely got a bit of a Skaven vibe there with the rat ogres and the beast herders. But yeah, that's basically it, and it tells us that it's not even close to all of the new models that we are going to see. Keep an eye out in the new year for some more reveals. Check back tomorrow for some insights from the miniature designers themselves. So that's basically the reveal we've had. Let me know down below what you guys think. I'm exceedingly excited. I think, like I said, the Grots and Age of Sigmar in general just really need a bit more personality, and I think there's a lot of room for like having a bit of humor, a bit of silliness, and just bringing back some of that personality from fantasy that most people loved about it. And I'm also interested to see what they are going to be doing in terms of the Spider-Fang and the Trogoths, because obviously we did see the Trogoth before. I can't remember what his name was. And okay, this link just takes us back to the Fellwater Trogoths, but they did show us one a while ago. I remember talking about it in a video and it looked pretty cool, but who knows if he's going to be part of that set. Hopefully he will. Not sure why it thinks I'm currently in Italy. I'm not, but anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And again, I'm sorry it's been so long since I've done a video. To be honest, I actually find it depressing because doing this YouTube is one of the things I've loved most. Literally, in my entire life, I can't recall doing something I've loved more. But at the same time, I do have to progress my career, you know, make money and try and make use of that degree that I spent 4 years studying for. But anyway, that's it from me. Don't forget to like the video, don't forget to subscribe, and hopefully I will see you guys really soon. And I can't wait to hear more about these Grots and hopefully get my hands on that battletome so I can start breaking down the rules for you guys. But that's it from me, and I will see you soon, hopefully.